Hey everybody, welcome back to Project Happy Home. For those of you who are new here, I'm Tanya, Dr. Lawyer turned homeschooling mom of 3 kids ages 8, 5, and 3. Today I'm just talking about how I'm using my Hobonichi cousin Avec for homeschooling planning. And some of you have asked whether I'm still using my plum paper planner from last year, and I am not. If you'll remember, I decided to try a day designer planner this year, which I did use for the first half of our school year, and I will do another video on that explaining to you how I use that because it definitely did work. My main complaint with it was just that it was so unruly and large that I just really missed having one place that I could carry around, like one planner that I could carry in my purse and just always have with me to record anything we were doing for our homeschool, because honestly, homeschooling is my life. Dividing my life planner from my homeschool planner really didn't work for me. In this new spirit of minimalism too, I just sort of want to condense as much as I can into as few planners as possible. So this year, I really just have 2 planners. I have my life/homeschool planner and I have my YouTube planner, which is the Hobonichi Weeks, and I will do another video on that as well. But to get back to it, here's my Hobonichi Avec. Isn't this a cute little card? This actually comes from the Oprah magazine, and sometimes they do these little like cardstocky kind of bookmark things, and this one says, "She felt like a plant of some kind, like a flower on a stalk that only looked slender but was really tough as steel." And this is from Joyce Carol Oates' A Garden of Earthly Delights, which I've never read, but this makes me want to read it. So I use these for just tiny little bookmarks, and I keep them in my planner and everything. This is the pen that comes with the Hobonichi, and it comes with every single Hobonichi you order. So if you order 3 planners at once, you'll get 3 of these pens. They're really great. They're tricolor ballpoints really, but they are very, very fine lined. I would say probably 0.38 or so, or 0.5 maybe, but they're excellent. They don't smear, they don't bleed, they dry almost immediately, and they're perfect for the Tomoe River paper that's in a Hobonichi. I also did a little bit of a washi tape haul from, where did I go? From Michael's, because they were having a sale on all of the Recollections stickers and things like that, and I think it was like 30 or 35% off right after Christmas, so I bought a bunch of them, and I'll show you those as well. Just to get back to it, so if you've seen my Hobonichi planner video from last year, you know that this is my cover from last year, which I used for my cousin, and I bought the waterproof cover as well to put on top of it so that it's always protected. I really like it because as I go, it has this little pocket in the back here where you can open it up and put little cards or whatever. I generally keep that little card from Kate Spade because I like what it says: quick, curious, playful, and strong. When you open up the cover, so you can see the waterproof cover kind of slides right over the leather cover underneath. But inside, there's all these little pockets, and in here I keep some extra stickers. I have the 2 little Hobonichi stencils here. This is by far the one I use the most often because it has little boxes up there, if you can see, to make a row of 7 little boxes to fill in. If I cut out something from a magazine that I later want to put in a planner, I put it in here. I have some of my planner stickers, like these from Carolina's Crafts, right up here and down here as well. And then, yeah, this is pretty much what I use for my everyday journaling. I use this ruler and these 2 Hobonichi stencils, and you'll see how in a minute. I'll actually pull them out so you can see them a little better right there. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with the Hobonichi cousin, it starts out with a Calendex, and of course this is the Avec, so it only runs from January through June, and then I have another one that looks exactly the same that runs from June through December. I'm really liking this because my basic plan is to keep this in addition to a blank Tomoe River paper notebook within this cover. And the blank one will be more of a homeschool record keeping journal. And it's purely blank, so it's a bullet journal style book where I will record the lists of what we've read that year, our field trips for that year, growth and progress for that year, Q&As for the kids at the beginning and end of the year, basically our homeschool record, so our attendance, etc. This is more of a daily record of our life together. So this includes everything from plumber appointments to dentist appointments to swim lessons, etc., as well as our daily lesson plans. In the very beginning of the book, there is this Calendex. I typically have used the Calendex to record people's birthdays, etc., and I just haven't had a chance to put them in yet, but that's what will be happening. I also use this blank bottom space for just a quote to meditate on for the month. And at the top here, you can have like a list of to-dos or whatever you would prefer, something that's coming up that month, like a trip. And just to note, the Calendex in each book does go all the way through to December. The monthly section starts immediately thereafter, includes December of 2017, and then it goes on into the next ones. And if you can see here, so I just put in just loosely like kind of the things we did. I like to put in if we have classes or interactive things with other friends here. That's what I'm going to use the monthly section for. They have a nice big margin here for notes, and if you go all the way to the bottom, if you didn't cover it with washi, you would have a section for notes right there too. What I do with my washi tape, by the way, is I use a different pattern for every month. So January has this pattern, February has hearts, March has Easter eggs, so many reasons to be happy. And these were all from the Recollections collections that I got from Michael's. So if you want to see those, these were 3 sets and I really, really like them. I think they're so pretty. A bunch of the ones that I used came from here. I used a few of the blue ones from here, like I think this is January, and I like this pink set as well. And this one up top says, you are capable of amazing things, and I think that's beautiful. So I generally use these for a multitude of reasons. I especially like this one. Comes with this tiny little black polka dotted washi, which I use to mark off when my husband is on call, and that's been a really nice way of marking off those days. The reason I use a different washi for every single month is because then when I go forward, I separate out the months on the side with those different washis. So if you can see, the very beginning of every month matches the same washi that's in the monthly section. So the dailies are split up by their coordinating monthly washi. So here's the beginning of February, and there is the beginning of January right there. And that makes it really easy for me to just pick out the month that I'm looking for on the side. After the monthly section, you have the weekly section, and I used a bunch of stickers that I bought from Michael's that day just to set up my weekly spread. At the beginning, it was a little bit busy, so I really didn't put in that much. This was sort of a busy moving week, and there wasn't much going on, but here it says important, 1 p.m., closing. And I have these cute little weekend flag. I bought 4 of these sticker packs that I think are made by the same company. Yeah, Create 365 that makes the Happy Planner. And you know, I hate the Happy Planner because I hate those rings, but I love their stickers. I think they make really, really nice, fun, varied stickers. So the ones I got was the quotes one, the seasonal one for the mini size, which was great. So a lot of those weekend tabs and stuff came from here. And I like that they have transparent stickers as well as opaque stickers. Stickers with words as well as stickers that are blank for you to write on. So this one's their generic sticker one, but this one was also really helpful. I like how it has sort of different colors. I think it's setting you up to have different color schemes per month. And I sort of went with that, if you can see, but I used all of the different packs. And this one is the Planner Basics for the mini. And this was cute too. So it has things like movie night, girls' night out, work stickers, treat yourself, workout, hydration, and stuff like that. I especially like these giant number stickers, and those are clear, and I'm not exactly sure what I'll do with them, but we'll see what happens. I tried to coordinate the colors a little bit so there's nothing too jarring. I don't like too many stickers on the page. One, because it makes the Hobonichi pages a little bit thick, but also because I just don't like it. I don't like my planners to be very busy. This is probably as decorated as I've ever had a planner. Last year I focused a lot more on stamping. This year I just don't have as much time. And we haven't set up my desk in my office, and so you sort of need a flat surface for stamping. So I just decided to go with stickers, but I really like how it came out actually. Here's another spread. This was the week of Martin Luther King Day. I really like these stickers. They have the little quote from Shakespeare, "Though she be but little, she is fierce." That will always be one of my favorite quotes because I am a tiny person. Here's another spread with another little sticker. When nothing is sure, everything is possible. You can do anything, but you cannot do everything. That's a good meditation for any mom to have. I really liked blocking out all my weekends and, like I said, blocking out the nights when my husband would be on call. So as you can see behind where I've blocked off the personal information, there's these cute little stickers that are included in the pack where you can write in your own details. And I really like that feature so that all the stickers in the recollection packs aren't already filled out for you. I'm just going to flip through a little bit so you can see some of my spread. And you can see here I always leave a to-do list right here. And that's basically where I put in my to-do list for the week, and then in between our scheduled events I will list it out. So it's very much almost like the passion planner, I think, in the way that I use my Hobo, because I'll put in a list of things to do and then later I will fit in between scheduled events where I think I'll have time to do that particular thing. I always have this little section at the bottom where I put in a phone call and who I have to call for the week, and if I have called them I always fill in the box entirely. If I just tried to call them and they didn't call me back or I just left a message, I fill it in halfway. It's a really nice way for me to just track who I've been calling, and if I realize that I haven't called someone in a while, I'll put them in, and if I know that someone is feeling unwell or someone needs a little bit of extra care, I will pre-schedule in the calls for them so that I don't forget about it later, because life does get busy. So I'm just going to flip through some of these pages so you can see how I set it up. And I'm one of those people, I don't have an allotted amount of time every single week to set up my planner. So I plan as I go, but this type of busy work stuff like stickers and stamps, I like to do ahead of time. So I'll take a day and just set it up, and that's what I did. And it's pretty much set up for these 6 months, and then when the next 6 months come around, I will set it up then. But as you can see, basically, some of them I put in. I really like these stickers that have holidays on them already, and I just went ahead and kind of put my stickers in the weekend corner and also right here, because I am trying to decrease my to-do list too into a manageable to-do list. So sometimes making that space smaller is actually helpful to me. Some of the stickers I cut in half and put them in the middle here because I just like the way it looked, and it still allotted me enough space to put in events if they fall in the middle of the day. Just trying to be super fancy right there. This one's for you, Shalise. First I drink the coffee, then I do the things. Of course, for me, that would be tea. And then it goes on, it gives you 2 blank pages right after the weeklies are done for the first 6 months, and it starts right into January. Every month has a blank page at the beginning, and then a page for the first day, the second day, so on and so forth. The way I've been using these, so you can tell that in the beginning I did not use them at all, but then when I first started, I started to figure out how I would plan. This is just a page in which I'm recording plans for next year, things that I'm thinking about for curriculum, etc. Here's where my first experiment page. I was trying to figure out what did I actually want to put in. So I was trying to split up our day by heart and head and activities and body, I think. So kind of like the rhythm we were trying to maintain that was Waldorfish for us. This is a basic example of a layout that I settled on that I do like, and basically I create this table just as we sit down after I get the kids started on their first written work or copy work or math or whatever. I take about 5 minutes and just grid out this table, use my Hobonichi icons to create a little pattern here. The star is for our head work, the heart is for our heart work, where we reconnect and move our bodies and just connect to our own spirits. The little book is for read alouds, the flowers for arts and crafts, the video cameras for anything we might see like Planet Earth or YouTube videos or something to learn. Our car is for any trips we take, co-op, what have you. And the music note is for fine arts, so whether it is about artists or musicians. And then the little sun is for anything we do outdoors, because I do like to get outside every day. So the way I've split out our grid is not so much by subject area as by life topics, let's say. So I really want to establish a rhythm to our days. It's really important to me that we don't only focus on the head for the day. And this is where I sort of incorporate that Waldorf idea of moving from head to heart to hands and fulfilling the whole being, looking at the whole person. So we have our head section here. We have read alouds here, which is sort of my Charlotte Mason-y kind of influence, and arts and crafts as well. So handicrafts and going outside, very important to us. Our fine art section, car trips and going out and meeting people in the world. All of those things are really important to me. This gives me a way of seeing how that happens. And if there's a few days where any one of these sections is looking a little bit weaker, then I don't do that. So the 4 columns are basically split up into together and then G8, N5, and L3, and whatever they end up doing. So I really like how that's working for us. I especially like this section at the top for best moments, and I just take the time to write down whatever was the best moment of the day for us. And sometimes what I'll do at the bottom too is I'll write down what there is to work on. And sometimes there is something catastrophic that happens, or something that just really rocks me and reminds me that we really do have to work on this, you know. And it's usually not something academic. It's usually something where I feel like we need to just grow as people. So you can see here it's a different color because I let the kids choose the color every day, and so I let someone different pick the color every day. So one day it'll be G8, one day it'll be N5, one day it'll be L3, and that just makes everyone feel involved. And then here you have another page. So like here you have like a little section on failures, and it says I lost my temper at least 3 times. And I write down what it was. And so like N was shrieking and G was talking back several times. And then I also took a moment to note my triggers down there. So loud noises, illicit fire use, and back talk. So we've been working on it, but I really like how this spread affords me the opportunity to appreciate the good things, work on, you know, what I might need to work on, whether it's my behavior or theirs, and also kind of see like what we've been doing for our days. And you'll notice like a lot of it, so when you look at it this way, sometimes you'll think that, oh, they didn't do so much, but this is really just their sitting down work, and I try to include it if it's games and things like that. So in the heart section, I'll put things that we do together, like pin the horn on the unicorn game or whatever we've done, and that will give me an idea that, oh, perhaps I should in the next few days play an individual game with one of them. I like keeping it spread out with the together columns and the independent columns so that I really know what I've been doing with each of them and whether I've been connecting on a heart level, on an outdoor level with them, etc. Here's just another spread just like that, and you can see again, so like here we did baking cookies, that goes in the heart section. We listened to a lot of piano. We also sang Row, Row, Row Your Boat. We do a lot of backyard play. In handicrafts, I like to split it out, especially because sometimes the girls will do something different than my son. So for here, he did his paper models. He built the Saturn V rocket, and the girls worked on watercolors. I really like the spread. I really like how easy and fast it is. So some days we just do a field trip, and on those days I don't even bother with the table. I just basically put in a sticker from the museum and write down what we did and just a good thought about the day or whatever I wanted to remember. And so that is my Hobonichi and how I've been using it for homeschooling so far. You guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the subscribe button down below. I will be putting out another video soon about how I'm using my weeks and how I decorated that for YouTube planning, as well as my little intention journal. I'll just walk through it for you. I probably won't show you what my intentions are because those are a little bit personal, but stay tuned for those videos. I wish you the very best day. Thank you so much for watching.